We can be a thinker, we can be sensitive, or we can be physical. Or we can create our own. Okay. Oh, I only have so many points to work with. Okay. So is 5 the maximum? No, 6 is the maximum. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to spend total. Yes, motorics, you know. Well, what are we feeling? We want to be smarty pants? Yeah, just click next. One's in everything. Yeah, let's bump these to 2s, and let's maybe be... Let's be very smart, you know, like in real life. And we'll be averagely emotionally intelligent. And we will be weak. So now, smart enough to unbloom. Yeah, exactly. So now we choose our signature skill. This skill gets a +1 bonus. I'm very in the way here. Let me scoop-a-doop over here for a minute. Additionally, the learning cap for every skill of the same type is raised by 1. So, it would seem to make sense to pick an intelligence skill for our signature skill, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. I could be a very smart person whose signature skill is electrochemistry. These are all... They're skills, yes, but they're also... fragments of our being. Hey, Eldritch. Kyle, electrochemistry. I mean... Of the voices that you hear, sometimes electrochemistry makes the most sense. Understand creativity, see art in the world. I do kind of like that one. There's rhetoric, the art of persuasion, intellectual discourse. Drum. Lie and detect lies. Inland Empire is your gut. Dreams and waking life. Yeah, let's just read them all. Because they're so good. Because this game's so good. This is what it excels at. Is this weird... Like, one step removed. Have you ever heard of Kuehl theory? Everything in this game is at like 1 to 2 Kuehl. A Kuehl being the unit of measurement by which we describe steps removed from reality. So, like, here's logic. Wield raw intellectual power. Deduce the world. Call upon your knowledge. Produce fascinating trivia. Practice the art of persuasion. Rigorous intellectual discourse. Visual calculus is the other one we haven't done. Reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Hunches and gut feelings. Understand others, work your mirror neurons. Intimidate the public, assert yourself. Connect to Station 41, understand cop culture. Charm men and women, play the puppet master. Take the blows, don't let the world kill you. Shrug off the pain, they'll have to hurt you more. Flex powerful muscles, enjoy healthy organs. Go to Party Planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Electrochemistry. Raise the hair on your neck. Tune into the city. Let the body take control. Threaten people. Ready? Aim and fire. What is that noise? What app just made that noise? If we had higher perception, which is see, hear, and smelling everything, and no detail goes unnoticed, we'd know. Reaction speed, the quickest to react, an untouchable man. Sneak under their noses. Stun with immense panache. Oh, that's Discord noises? Ooh. No, it shouldn't be. I'm in streamer mode. Master machines, pick locks and pockets, and straighten your back, keep your poker face. Oh, it could have been BattleNet. Thank you, Kiwi. Okay, I kind of want to go drama or conceptualization. Yeah, this bot isn't fresh. This is some stale coffee bot. I need to freshen him up for next time. I like the idea of going drama. All right. Oh, this might be loud. Who knows? We'll find out.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
So, volume-wise, how was that? A good balance? I also, as someone who loves good voice acting, love this voice acting.
Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Simply keep on
An
non-existing.
inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What? What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a pool of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
You're right. Back into the fathomless deep.
There, no ball of meat, no light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming.
I like nothing.
I know you do, baby. I know.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Allons-y.
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
Ugh. Look, I am tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal were over. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation.
A sensation? Also, have a good night, Dark Rising. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to see you.
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother help me. There's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help, someone cut my head off. It's trying to
virus
murder
streak
the rest of
penetrates
me.
your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow you know what it is. A Capri Kanema motor carriage. And all of that absolute poetry was describing your hangover. Incredible. Just that's all it took, and I was like, I am in love with this game. Alright, it's 8:06, we're hungover, something just woke us up. It was a particular kind of car. I'm mostly naked. Let's look at some stuff. The magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Hold tab to highlight. Oh, hang on. I'm covering our picture. Perhaps I should be like here. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. There's a shoe. I've gained my green left shoe. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. It's a white satin shirt. Now here's another thing that I love about this game. The white satin shirt is giving me, just by wearing it, +1 conceptualization and -1 to suggestion. Because it has an unsavory odor. I can't persuade as well because I reek of liquor. It's so good. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elan that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base as steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really? Nothing? Really? All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in, has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. Wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand toward the surface of the mirror. Abort! You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you will see there, and you will never unbecome it. You can't unbloom. Maybe I should touch it first and make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. How bad could it be? Where to even begin? There's the bloatedness, the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sure everything is fine. Touch your nose. It's not. Your nose feels like a balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. Doesn't appear to be a particularly small nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. At least my tongue is okay. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. I'm scared. I want to stop doing this. Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone is gonna see it. Wipe the mirror. Behold, you have no idea who this thing is, do you? This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic. Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? I'm not making it. The face is making it. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. No. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? The choices are also good. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off, too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it. There might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. So, here's our first skill check. Using my encyclopedia skill, I could, with a 42% chance of success, dig deep into my mind to locate the source of the expression. Or, with my very low electrochemistry skill, I could try to stop it from happening. So, let's try to find the source. It belongs in the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, I forget how to pronounce this, Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. Le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Great. That doesn't help. Guillaume le Million. Oh, that's the last time I'm going to say it. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open air, but then why is my brain good at French and I'm not? Guillaume. Guillaume le Million. Boîte de Nuit. Somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit, then he made the expression. So I adopted it? Why? Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Le Millon's regional mega hit, Don't Worry Your Pretty Little Head. How long ago was the new? Some 20-odd years. There's a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. Anything else, like who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion? You have some understanding of near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a Capri Kinema. I guess that's it then. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. Let's try to stop it from happening. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it. Oh, this is going to be my electrochemistry voice. Ha ha. All right. So, oh. We already have this. This is another thing about this game that I cannot say enough good things about. And in the spirit of this game, I think it would be rude to not accompany our brave protagonist. This is the thought cabinet. And it is here where the, part of leveling up in this game occurs, sort of, if you can call it leveling. So here's a thought. These are things kicking around in my head, and here's one of them. Guillaume Le Millon. Now, here's the problem. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Millon, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit Boîte de Nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait. Maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. So, we can internalize this. This is just a thought flitting through our brain. But if we take time to think about it, two things happen. The first thing, because I'm spending mental effort on this thing, I am worse in some way. So while I internalize this thought, I will have -1 logic. Part of my brain is busy thinking about Guillaume Le Millon. And it will be for a while. Well, okay, wait. Help me help you. How do you say Guillaume Le Millon? Is that right? Guillaume. I'm just gonna call him GM. Anyway, while we think about him, I will have -1 logic. Eventually, we will internalize this thought. We will bring it to fruition, and then this negative aspect will turn into a positive thing for us. We will have grown from having considered it. And through choosing what things to internalize or not, we shape ourselves. But for now, we are going to attempt what may well be the end of us as a character. Because this is our tie. Oh boy. The fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan. The other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Let's pull on the fan. The blades come to a squeaking halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. Pull on the light bulb. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Bring it on. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good. I literally took 1 damage because I'm hungover and I turned on the lights. Now let's get that get that tie. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. You can die reaching for that tie. Disco ass blazer. +1 esprit de corps. Halogen watermarks. My tie gives me +1 to Inland Empire for my vivid imagination. So we're doing. I have died reaching for that. My very first playthrough with no knowledge of what this game was. I hadn't even gone to the mirror. It was like the first thing I did was reach for the tie, and it killed my character that I had just made. And it was at that moment that I was like, this is the coolest game I've played in a long, long time. That is unbelievable. I love it so much. And then I had to remake my character and then like not die reaching for the tie. Let's get my pants on here. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. Fish them out. It says whirling in rags on the aluminum key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched onto it. It should open the door. Calendar says it's March. The year is 51.
Hello, officer.
Miss Orange Disco Dancer. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city. Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right? The young woman shakes her head slowly. Officer could be an artistic statement, a claim to official renown. Officer is my stage name, right? I can see myself as a middling disco artist called The Officer.
No. You're a police officer, sir?
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
She takes another drag. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And, what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
I don't think the expression's gonna work. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else? Could it be because of the drinking? She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. The words have already left your mouth. I want to have fuck with you. She erupts in laughter. All the fatigue swept from her face. What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. No. No, I don't want to. Come on, man. Pretty please, one more time. I said, I want to have fuck with you. Goddamn right you did, you crazy asshole, you. She wipes the tears from her eyes. What kind of cop are you? I'm a cop of the apocalypse. Has the time come already? Cops walking around with no memory of who they are, saying what I just said? The end can't be more than 2 days away. You're one intense cop. Anyone ever tell you that? I wouldn't know. I have no recollection of anyone ever telling me anything. Okay, sir, I have to ask. Do you really not remember? Just like that? She tries to think of a likelier explanation but fails. You drank so much you lost your memory? I don't think there's anything more to it. I'm a joke of a cop. Or I joked about being one and I drank too much. I'm also old. I'm sorry. She extinguishes her cigarette.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Alright. Oh, I can run. That's nice. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper, Trump Le Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Okay, still only have one shoe. That's problematic. Okay, there we go. I couldn't move for a while. That was very strange. A big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. This is where the lyrics would be. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. You should totally sing karaoke here the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. My soul is immense, utterly, and it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. This goes well with a theory I'm developing that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, that sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. What should I sing when it comes to it? You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation. But it's out there. It'll come to you. You'll wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. Lamentation sounds good. They'll really get a gauge on my soul with that. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. New task. Sing karaoke. You have to find something tragic to sing first. I love it. Gart, the cafeteria manager, a man in his late 20s, stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance and looks down again. Hey, Ad Hoc Dart. Have a good night. And hey, Math Jazz. Good to see you. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now, he is purposefully ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. Look at the stuffed bird. A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among the piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is a great squaw. Skua? The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you're in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter. What happened to that bird?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy? He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. What's wrong? Don't you like the officer?
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could be the massive property damage upstairs, or could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this? You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all that time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Hey, Ethan and a fairy. Good to see you. It's good to be back. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
You look like a
That
bartender.
period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something. She just... what?
So now you're a cop? Forget it.
The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Healing item gain. I've healed my health. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300." A sign reads, "Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open 1600." This royal pinball machine is unplugged.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket. Kim Kitsuragi. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this. But why? Hold on, who is he to me? He is your half-brother. Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is a good chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Oh no. So, okay, here's another crazy thing. So, I have this roll, right? It's for conceptualization, which is really high because I'm really smart. But I have a -1 to it because through my other dialogue choices, I have become partial to calling myself the officer. So now it is more difficult for me to come up with an actual name. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. It's so cool. Yes, it is. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop. Say it. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well.
He doesn't even process what you just said. It just moves on. Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an interdepartmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager?
That is true, Kukage. We are improving. What he means is he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied. You mean him? Nod toward the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I have, yes.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
Well, that's good, if we have time. Not that we need it, because I have. But it's good.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
Dead body? Dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer? We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. And then, soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees. He concludes, but first, we have to take it down. What were we supposed to do again? Talk to the manager, then we go out back and take the body down. Let's get going then. After you, officer. If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge? Wait, shouldn't I have a badge or something? You mean you don't have a badge? I have my badge. I'm a policeman, and I have my badge. New task, report your badge missing. Oh. There's a moment's pause, then he continues, obviously relieved. If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave, but since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand. He's in my party.
Yes?
I want to talk about you. Me? Yes, you. I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. We'll work better together if we have some rapport. That's a fair point. All right. For the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? You're wearing glasses. That's correct. You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster the testosterone. Glasses are cool, I guess. Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome. You could use a good, normal pair yourself. You don't look like other people around here. That's because I'm half Seolite. Or quarter. My father's father was from... Oh no. Seoul? Seoul. So was my grandmother. But from my mother's side. Seoul? We're just going straight Seoul? Alright. He shakes his head. It's not an interesting topic. What is Seoul? It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity. And a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, panicilary? Panicilary. Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, panicilary state west of the Insulindian Isla. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seoul.
You find yourself reminded of the sensation of realizing you have dearly missed something only after it has returned to you.
You know, that's true. Those are true words. Terrifying the way they were spoken there. But thank you. I appreciate it. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. He seems almost proud of these things. A point of pride to him. Do you ever talk with yourself? What do you mean? You know, when you're thinking. Do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain? I have no idea what you're talking about. The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case. I get it. You're one of those old school detectives. Nod respectfully. So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side. The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written. That's all for now. Tell me about the case. What do you want to know? If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a... He considers the phrasing. A pissing competition. What do you mean? You don't know? His eyes narrow. I assumed you were in on it. I don't remember being in on anything. That's good. Tell me about it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Let it go. Tell me literally anything. Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. I know, literally, nothing about it. Only what you told me before. Do you want me to brief you? Brief. Yes, that sounds good. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. Hey, Red, welcome back. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was? A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We will need to find out the truth. Who was the caller? To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing, too. We cannot allow that. Hold on, and the RCM is... That's us. The Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are a part of, a self-organized Peace Corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this. Let me make this just perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer. That's right. Would you say this is a mysterious case? The lieutenant considers your question a moment before answering. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. That's all I need. I have all I need. I'm good. All right. Lots of reading. Time to click on things. Yeah, for real, reading sim. Yeah. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
Gart.
You run this place.
Gart. Oh, now I'm covering up Kim. Where can I be? I'll be up here. I think this is a safe spot.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
The Harbinger of Ruin?
What?
The Gloaming. I am it.
I have no idea what that means.
I have been to the Precipice Cafeteria, Manager. I have seen the end.
What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? He's been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the
You
lieutenant.
said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here.
I'm gonna
And I'm not going to
crack
start
open the
working here
window.
again, if that's what you think.
I forgot the way that the lights make it incredibly hot in this room. Oof.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. Right then. Questions. I got this. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa. Who killed him? Where exactly is the body? Behind the building, there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoisted him up on a tree there. And how do we get there, then? That's easy. See that door there? He points to the west. First, you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Why did Sylvie go away? Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. No, before I ask you where, now I'm asking you why she left. Experience. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back, and because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that. The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you, he says. Mystery solved. Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct. This stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist. What? That's right. There's one thing I know about myself. It's that I'm a total, raging feminist. Is that so, Mr. Feminist? He catches the rest before it leaves his mouth, probably thinking it's best not to say anything. You just got a thought in your thought cabinet. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is they if he doesn't know? Before, you said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who did you mean by they? Oh. He's a bit surprised you caught that. People are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. Who exactly is saying that? The locals, customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it. Hello, fool of a thoot. Did the debradeurs themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor? I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. Why would the dock workers lynch this man? I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do. You mean the strike? Yes, the strike. He makes little quotation marks with his fingers. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbor company, I hear. A mercenary. The Unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. Did you kill him? What, are you crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. I have another question. The lieutenant turns the page. That's all. I have another question. That'll be all. Power move. Alright, 30 experience. Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. He points to you. You owe me 130 real. What's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real. He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent. The IIR The IIR, or Interinsulary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money. Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money. Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. He points to the red ledger on the counter. But what exactly is money? What are you, a philosopher? I might be. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or, he peeks into the ledger, 8 bottles of potent blend, or 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Interesting. Where do I get it from? Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. He looks at Kim. I'm sorry, I don't think cops take bribes. Some do take recompense. The lieutenant is dead serious, but only to survive. What if I don't have any? There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop for, I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either. What happens now? He turns to the lieutenant. I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then... He shrugs. Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? That's not that far away. Is there somewhere else I can stay around here? You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home. I don't remember where my home is. Officer, a pattern of creases appears on his forehead. You really need to take this up with your station. They have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. The man wants to say something, then thinks better of it. Good luck. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't. There's some stupid bug. I really don't remember. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. I don't know. Near? South, maybe? You really don't know, do you? I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. Alright, we have thoughts we need to assign. I did Hobocop on my first playthrough. I didn't know there was an alternative to Hobocop. Alright. I can think about the inexplicable feminist agenda. Something stirs in you. Something interdisciplinary. Is it a newly formed reaction to the tyrannical gender roles around you? Or something you've always had? One thing is for sure, you're not a mild feminist. Oh no. These are incendiary thoughts, aimed at undermining the very pillars of society. Could you fashion them into some sort of weapon, perhaps? A first strike weapon to decapitate the XY chromosome hegemony. Internalize. And while I think about the inexplicable feminist agenda, I gain +2 authority with men. Fight the patriarchy. Also, the lonesome long way home. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go into the Great Race Motor Track, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent. Until you reach the eminent domain in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, cracked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints are in the mud. Have a good night, Red. Good to see you. Hopefully see you again. Oh, I can only think of one of these at a time. I see. Or no, I'm thinking of all of them? They're all in there. They all say stop, so I assume I'm thinking of all of them. I suppose we'll find out. Summer door closed for the winter. All right, let's go upstairs and get my shoe. Yeah, maybe I'll have had too much to think. Then I'll need a wife. Steady as she goes. There's something on the table. Oh, 40 real. Well, if you do decide to get this game, may I recommend purchasing it through goodoldgames.com, because it's DRM free and you'll have it forever. I prefer it to Steam. Or maybe it's on the Humble store. I am, after all, a Humble partner. Look at me. Some things don't go away. I am a Humble partner, after all. There's a link down below, and if you click it, it'll put a cookie on your browser, and any purchase you make in the Humble store will support the stream that hasn't existed for 2 years. But, you know, it's there. Yeah, I know. The lieutenant's just like, he's watching me, like, pick up, I think I picked up a healing item. So I picked up, like, drugs and the like, medication, took it right in front of him, went upstairs, grabbed some change. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Yeah, alternatively, it's 25% off on Steam, so you can do that too. Oh, that's right. You can subscribe with Twitch Prime. A gust of briny wind washes over you. Secret task complete. Find your other shoe. There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet, like 2 baby crocodiles. They fit good. I don't know. I think for the Humble Partner thing, if you just click like the Humble Partner link down below, I think that's all you need to do. And then after that, any purchase you make for the next 24 hours through the Humble store or a Humble bundle, I don't know how it works exactly, some percentage of that gets stashed away in my name or something like that. Oh yeah. Tab. Door number 3. Knock. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. Beauty. Don't abandon me in all this ugliness. The door does not care. Try the handle. The door can only be opened with a key from this room. Knock again. Still no answer. Knock again. Much louder. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a glance. Leave. Hey, Arunik. Yes, I'm coffee fueled and back. It's been a long time. Good to see you. The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes. What are its hallmarks? Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all of the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. Wait. Where do I get such a crown? Comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy Dior. The words Roy Dior are stamped onto the crown's plastic. The idea of a king and century gone is pretty fascinating. The sentiment is called anticentennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common now, even after 50 years. Isn't this the door I'm supposed to go? No, this is the door. I am not kidding when I say this is the most I have talked in I don't know how long. And I can tell tomorrow I'm going to be hoarse or something. This game is not on the Humble Store. Well, thank you for checking on the spot. I suppose then don't purchase it there. A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police." Pigs go home. The street name is illegible.
The RCM in Martinez? What can I help you with?
You sound
We
surprised.
don't see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions
Of
for you.
course. What can I help you with?
What is this, fuck the police business? Never mind. She shifts in her seat awkwardly. Who are you exactly? Good to meet you, just a gardener. Another question, then. We need directions. I'm looking for a dead body. Oh, that. She points north. That's right there in the yard. She's relieved someone has come for it, finally. Thanks. Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with, after all. One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves? Sure. Keep them. I have another pair. She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. +1 interfacing. Bye-bye bugs. Thick latex gardening gloves in classic canary yellow. Look at me. I'm an official police officer. An electronic doorbell. Main hall, building B, whirling in rags. Nothing happens. They don't want to talk to you. Revachol, Ice City. Silence. No one answers. East Delta Pinball. Silence. No one answers. Oh. Andro Orlando Hair. You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. Emma's Fashion. You wait a minute or two, but all you get is silence. Interesting. Oh. I remember this. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes.
Call
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. If ever there was such a thing as an ugly child, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, never could be Kuno.
Yells the other kid behind the fence. Hey kid, a word, police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you. Hey, coach, good to see you. Hey, welcome back. It's been a while.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes, and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. Stop throwing rocks.
Fuck that Kuno. Yeah, right in the mouthful.
The shit himself.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures. Look, I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno. About this crime scene, you kids often play in this yard? Right, pig? No. This is where Kuno plays with his wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. He spits over his shoulder, then looks back up at you. Who is Kuno? Kuno's Kuno, pig! The boy points to his chest with both thumbs. It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield. Interesting. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation. Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. He seems offended. Don't throw the book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book. Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm. The sound gets louder as the child spouts at the windows overlooking the yard. Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Not shouting that last one. Help! The boy joins in. He's got the Kuno! Help! I'm just going to leave. Yeah, get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you. Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you. Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno. You hear him say as you walk away. We alright? You want to get fucked again? Come back. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. Look down. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. God, what is that? Why is it so bad? Active decay. The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging. He's about to blow! The cop's gonna blow, Kuno! Let's turn away. I think there are things that can help me not throw up. I'll try to get it down. Why not? The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth. More instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within. Let it out. Hey, see you, Leo. Have a good night. You feel a great force wringing you from the stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. God. Happens to everyone. Thanks. Lieutenant's handkerchief. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. Think ammonia would help if you can handle the headache. Where do we get it from? There's a frit nearby east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. There's a greenhouse there and a gardener in front of the whirling in rags. Cool. Having ammonia as a modifier. Modifiers allow me to retry checks. Cool, cool, cool. An inconspicuous pile of roofing material. What is this? It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Varna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever, hence the name Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect. It's nice and orderly. Well-laid palette. Easy on the eyes. Hard to say. Feelings pass, especially the small one. Interesting. There's so much. There's so much to this game. Alright. Items. I have Lieutenant's handkerchief. Can I just like... Oh, I can't hold on to it. It's just an item. Alright. Do you have ammonia for me?
Hello again, officer.
My partner
How
told
are
me you may have
things?
ammonia. Can I have some? Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on the stuff. It gives me a terrible headache. I have to run. Yeah, it's true. It is like re-experiencing like very mundane aspects of life through like very fresh eyes. All right, I have ammonia. Let's try it again. I crack open the ammonia. I should not have succeeded on that one. You crack open the ammonia ampule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons. Do they always do that? They do after 7 days, yes. We're in deep decomposition here. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch appears industrial in strength. Dragoiz, hey! How's it going? Welcome back to one of the more grim portions of the evening. And inspect the boots. The material appears to be ceramic. It's clean white and stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. Interlocking plates. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set. These aren't just boots, are they? This is the armor he was stripped of. Indeed. With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Oh, the lieutenant uses memo technique? Memo technique. A6? That's not just any notebook, it's a classic. Thanks, super useful to know. It's all you, baby. What kind of armor is this exactly? Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. He turns the boot slightly. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. Wow, I'm losing the ability to talk. Where's the rest scavenged by locals? Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. He nods towards Kuno. Maybe he'll know something. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor. No. He must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for putrid rags. Then where are these clothes? Have you seen them around? Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red-haired thing. I hear you! Fuck you, Kuno. What if they told him to strip before they hung him, to demean him? They usually hang them completely naked for that. The puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerites, and the like. This one still has his underpants. This, oh my gosh, one bug. Pull the boot off. This feels dangerous, are you sure? Better not try. I'd probably take the whole leg or something. Material's out of place, it's expensive. 4 years of wages for a full set. Yeah, let's knock on it. A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Sounds fragile. It's anything but. This material's kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-section would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton where you notice the whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. Looks like there's a serial number right on the sabaton. Good. Can you read it to me? I could lie for drama. I don't know why I would, though. We have a make and number. That's something. We can use the radio so they can chase it for us. How could this man afford it? That's for us to find out. Alright. Oh my god, that was just the boots. That was all just the boots. Oh yeah. Inspect the belt. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships. Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo. Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. Apparently this is the reinforced kind for air transport. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they used whatever was on hand. Hey, Trustor, how's it going? It's good, it's been good. We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it? Still approaching this as a lynching. Makes sense, believably mundane. They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. That makes getting him down more problematic. That is true. How'd they even get him up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. Yeah. Did they climb up using this kid's ladder? The ladder can't carry a grown man. I don't see any splintering. I think they lassoed the branch then pulled on the belt. Could be. Shape of the branch supports that theory. Inspect the tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed by their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. What will mine be marked by? Alcohol and heartbreak. Is this a microelectronic system? I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were, but it's not quite complex enough, is it? We're missing something. I agree. A sudden ring fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera. What's that? Trigot Sunshine Mini. Trigot is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow. It's an instant color camera. A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says, and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. Cool machine. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? Can I have it? Sure, just don't lose it. Cool. Look him in the eye. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Tell me who you are, dead man. I'm gone. Where have you gone? Into the wild pale yonder. Where is that? In the past. Way out in the west. I can see you're gone, but who are you? I'm a joke. Look at me. There's nothing funny about you. There's nothing funny about jokes either. Who were you when you were alive? A killer. A motherfucker and a killer. I have another question. What is happening? What do you mean? I'm talking to you. It's the power of your... Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions. Why do I love questions so much? Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Yeah, give me questions. Here you go, you loony. Was my name Rooney? Fuck no, you're no Rooney. Of course not. The name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry. Could I really be Harry? You can be anything you wanna be, Brother Capo. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible? Because you have. I hate you. You stink and you're boring. Do I remind you of someone? A child born with Mahler's disease, Harlequinism, grown up miraculously. A baby affected with Harlequinism. You sure wriggled out of that one, Coppolini. Hey, Spider Legs. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that I am okay. And it's good to be back, too. You can come back and look into this face anytime you want. Humor yourself with my Harlequin features. Ask me your little questions. Freshen your memory. Create associations. Remind yourself of your mortality. Capo Lapo. So how do we get him down? Are you sure we finished preliminary examination? We might miss some things once he's down. Step back and take another look, sure. Squint and take a step back. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at time of death match the discoloration? Observe. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue, his fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. His face and hands are pink. Thighs too. Hey, Kitchen! Good to see you. Yeah, I'll catch you around, absolutely. Have a good one. I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here. The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color coursing with dark marble veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot. Supports a hanging, yeah. Seems like a lynching. Could it still be he was moved? There's always a chance. We'll have to get him down first. I think he's dead. I agree. His personality is no longer a part of the world. Totally dead. Too heavy. Maybe I'll go back and try it again. And this advanced piece of conceptualization. Cover your nose. Something is coming out of him. Pool of blood and feces is eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at time of death. Oh, Kuno. We got lucky. Most of them are post-mortem, maybe even all of them. Delinquents have made our job harder. Oh yeah, because he's throwing rocks. Back off, catch your breath. Let's get him down. Leveled up? I leveled up. The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle. He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique, he thinks it's frustrating. We could saw the branch. Maybe we could shoot him down. Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim. Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst that could happen? It'll blow his head off. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scoring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kegel A990, our Mistus mass-produced muzzle-loader, ascetic, frugal, and one of the most common firearms in the world. He steps back and assumes the phallastes position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches, his finger is on the trigger. Say nothing. The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself, "God damn it." Try again, maybe? What now? I can try to shoot him down myself. I'm gonna need your gun for us. Officer, why do we only have one gun? Remember when I told you I didn't have my Badger uniform with me when I woke up? That is even more unfortunate than the badge. You need to contact your station as soon as possible. Feel the weight. Point the gun. Oh, that's not good. That's not what you want to see. Close my left eye. Say shut up. Yeah, I'm not gonna shoot. That's way too low. I agree. Enough gunslinging. Alright, we need to access the harbor and ask the leader if they have to have it taken down. They have the tools and they have the men. Everett Claire is the lead. Yeah, close your left eye and your right eye. +2 to shooting. All right, autosave. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and level up. So I think when you level up, you can choose anything to level up. So I could level up my drama. See, the thing is, all of these are already quite good, because I have a base of 5 in them. Perhaps it would be better for me to level up something like the physical instrument. Shivers. Yeah, Inland Empire is not a bad one. Gut. My gut. Yeah, I'm not very good at sneaking around. Inland Empire is like gut feelings. Perception would be pretty helpful. Yeah, who am I? Be charming. I've been timid and polite, but I think I've also been, like, quirky. I've said some over-the-top things. Let's be a performer. What is interfacing? Oh, that's machines. Spacey. Yeah, let's go suggestion. Let's go suggestion. Get a little more persuasive, I think. I suggest fuck to me. Cool. Okay, yeah, these are all, I'm thinking about all of them at the same time. That's good, that's good. Unfortunately, what's bad is I am quite tired.